5326.
All right, joining me now, Republican Congressman Charles Boustany of Louisiana. And Congressman, my thought went out to the Republican caucus today that you guys are like the college student who got a reprieve on a term paper from the professor. You don't have to deliver any kind of tangible legislation tomorrow.
Well, we've seen a 6-3 decision, which frankly, I'm kind of stunned by it. I didn't expect that kind of overwhelming decision in this case. The literal interpretation of the law seemed to create a separation between the federal exchanges and state exchanges. And, as I hearken back to the debate in 2009 and 2010, I know there were Democratic senators who really did not want to make an easy pathway for a default to federal exchanges. So I'm frankly kind of stunned by the decision. But that doesn't hide the fact that we've got a law that I believe is deeply flawed. If you look at it, you have a situation where, for instance, with the mandates, the employer mandate, the administration's now 3 years overdue. They can't implement it. It's too complicated.
So if it's complicated, I mean, here strikes me as the issue, right? You've got millions of people who have gotten health insurance. You got the uninsured rate plunging to the lowest level in recent memory. 81% of people, and according to a recent poll, who actually have Obamacare plans say they are satisfied with it. The cost projections are $142 billion less than the cost projections. The Republicans, if you're going to repeal, you got to come up with an alternative. And people have been waiting and waiting and looking, and it just hasn't materialized. When is that going to be delivered?
Well, look, that's a fair criticism, and I think we were preparing in the event that the court ruled adversely with regard to ACA. We were prepared to create a transition that would help individuals, help the states that were going to be caught in this trap. We also believe that if you loosen these mandates and create a more flexible system, people will be able to buy what's appropriate for them. And I can tell you, I have deep concerns about what's happening right now. We're seeing consolidation in the insurance marketplace with more monopolistic behavior. Premiums are going up for the most part for most people. And the problem is, I think even with the coverage expansion, we're seeing our emergency rooms being flooded because the coverage oftentimes is not leading to a meaningful doctor-patient relationship. So after 30 years experience in medicine, I'm really concerned about these trends.
There are some issues here, and they have to do with the networks. They have to do with people that are still uninsured. Premiums have gone up. Of course, premiums have been going up for 20 years, and in fact, healthcare costs are increasing at their lowest level in 50 years. But it still strikes me to be the case that if Republicans want to run in 2016 on repeal, you can't go out around the country and tell 10 million, 15 million people we're going to take your health insurance away with no actual concrete, definitive, and detailed account of what's going to go in its place, and that's still not materialized.
Well, what we have worked on in preparation for this was a transition.
No, I know that, but I'm not mistaken, right, Congressman? There is no plan, there is no architecture, there is no bill language, there is nothing out there that says this is what we are going to do as a Republican Party. We're going to repeal Obamacare. We don't like it. We think it's bad, and we're going to replace it with this thing. That does not exist, correct?
Well, keep in mind that back in 2009, when we debated this in the House, Republicans did have a plan. I'm sorry,
Congressman, but I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. That does not exist, correct?
No, there is a plan. We had a plan in 2009. It did not get much coverage, but it actually lowered cost and lowered premium cost as well. It didn't quite do as well on the coverage expansion, but the coverage expansion was meaningful. And the key is to get the right kind of plan that expands coverage, but keeps the cost down and really promotes quality and a high-quality doctor-patient relationship.
The devil is in the details.
And that's what's missing with this today. I think we're going in the wrong direction in that regard.
Congressman Charles Boustany, thanks so much for joining me tonight, and sorry for the audio problems.
Oh, no, thank you. Great to be with you.